All right, guys. Hello again, and welcome to G Squared Academy, where excellence is invariably epitomized. In today's video, as you can see, what we're going to be looking at is how you can have a conversation with ChatGPT. A number of students may just see ChatGPT as an avenue to write in essays and doing other things, writing short papers, or maybe even cheating on exams, whatever the case might be. But you can use ChatGPT as a so called study buddy, so to speak. Somebody you can, or something you can work with to get answers. You can ask it questions, you can generate responses, and you can therefore have a conversation with the AI. Now, remember, as I mentioned before, that that this is a very powerful tool, and you have to know what you are looking for, and you must have some knowledge of what you are about in order to use it and use it appropriately. Because if it is giving you, let's just say hypothetically, let's say it is giving you information which is not accurate, you would not be able to decipher you'd not be able to decipher that information or say if it's true or false, because you know nothing about what you're searching for. So clearly, we must have some idea of what we are looking for. And therefore we can, say, yeah, it's giving us good information. So our question today is, what is the buffer zone in a pH titration? So you're looking at titrations, and you're looking at buffer solutions, and looking at buffer zone and all these things, and chemical kinetics, and not kinetics, chemical equilibrium, right? Indeed kinetics as well. And you're like, okay, I don't know what the buffer zone is. So you say, okay, ChatGPT, what is the buffer zone in a pH titration? And it is generating a response, the region where the titration curve, where the solution's pH changes very slowly with the addition of strong acid or strong base. So it is giving you information. If you know nothing about titrations, then this sort of information, or buffer zones, then this information is going to be very foreign to you. But if you understand anything about what's going on, then you're able then to make sense of the information. You can then say, what causes the buffer zone, right? And then invariably it's going to be generating the buffer zone in a pH titration is caused by the presence of a weak acid and its corresponding conjugate base, or a weak base and its corresponding conjugate acid in the solution being titrated. So this information, if you don't know about it, is not going to make much sense for you. And then now, after it has generated that information, since you're looking at chemical equilibrium, you may want to now say, how does pKa relate to the buffer zone, right? And you're having a conversation, and it's telling you that the pKa for weak acid or weak base is a measure of its acidity or basicity. Respectively, it is defined as the negative logarithm of the acid dissociation constant Ka for an acid and a base. And then it goes on to tell you that in a buffer solution, the weak acid and its conjugate base, or the weak base and its conjugate acid, right, are present in approximately equal concentrations. And then it goes on to tell you more about the pKa at that point in time. But the point is that you are able to have a conversation. Now, let's say you don't remember much about pKa and Ka, and you want to go back now to get an equation for that. You can go back and say, how do you write an equation for dissociation? How do you write the equilibrium constant expression for a dissociation of a strong acid or strong base, or weak acid or weak base situation? And it may be able to give you that as well. And so we decide to do it. There you go. How do you write the equilibrium expression for a weak acid dissociation? And there you have it. It gives you something, and it gives you the Ka. And so you realize that we can have conversations with this AI. I wish you guys all the best. This is G Squared Academy.